426 females and 59 males have approached the Family Support Network between January and August this year, with some persons making repeated visits, according to social worker at the Family Support Network, Dr. Sylvia Simmons. Pointing to statistics, Dr. Simmons said 33 females and 5 males were issued protective orders. 13 cases had to be referred to the court. 6 clients made legal aid applications, 11 had to be given housing assistance, and 253 people received counseling services at the Family Support Network. The total new intake did not stop there. 84 adult females and 11 males have also been added to the list of people receiving support from the Family Support Network.
We have seen new adults, females, 84, new males from January to present, 11. Overall, we had about 59 men. Some of them are repeated services, that men are coming continuously for service, 59. For females, 426 to date have come to our doors for services, requesting some type of service, whether it's counseling, protection orders, information, but we do have a number of persons coming querying for services for themselves or their loved ones. We do a lot of court appearances with victims of protection orders, so we go with them to give them support. We do have a number of queries concerning legal aids or legal assistance. We don't have a lawyer that's really attached to social development, to family support per se, but we do have a lot of legal inquiries, stuff about child issues and divorce matters and simple issues with property and stuff, and some victims of domestic violence, whether it's male or female, simply find themselves powerless because they don't know how to maneuver the legal system.
So one does get the impression that there is an increase, if not in the occurrence, certainly in terms of reporting and coming to FSN, an increase in the number of cases.
It's interesting that you say that, because police and lawyers and high court and stuff, they refer a lot of clients here when they inquiring about either protection orders or counseling with domestic violence. We do get a lot of referrals from the public and government agencies when it comes to receiving services. Last year, those numbers was almost close to half of what we've seen. Now we have seen an increase this year. We haven't even completed years yet. So that lets you know by the end of the year what our numbers will look like.
Dr. Simmons said 41 children received counseling services so far this year, and another 20 children were receiving assistance from the FSN. From January to August this year, the FSN also provided food supplies for 95 families, with some getting repeated assistance. And between January and August, 8 families had to be turned away because the pantry at the FSN was empty. Dr. Simmons also expressed concern that some families will have difficulty purchasing uniforms and other school supplies for the start of the 2014-2015 school year this September.
My major concern a lot of time is food. School is coming up. School uniform is a major factor. School supplies. Families don't have the money to buy those kind of items for their children, and so sometimes we have people who will bring school uniform that was hand-downs, and some of the families glad that they're able to give their kids some school uniform that their kids have outgrown their old last year uniform, so we're able to accommodate them. It might not be new ones, but we're able to give them something for the start of the school year. We don't give money as a means of support, giving service to clients in that manner, but we want to give them some tangible stuff, whether it's food or clothing that we do receive here for their children or for themselves.
So with the start of the school year coming up, you would suggest that people can bring supplies, school uniforms and
school uniform, books, and not textbooks. And textbooks would be good if we know which textbooks they're using, which is a major factor for them. But copybooks and pens and school supplies and pens and paper and stuff like that. Yes, clients. We did have support from the minister. We got some certificates, so some families, a few families were able to get some items that they could go to several businesses and community and get those certificates redeemed. But when we look at the numbers that we service, those certificates are very minimum, and we need much more.
18 of the cases brought to the FSN have been referred to the Social Development Department for further assistance, and the FSN representatives have already made 6 visits to Her Majesty's prisons in response to calls by inmates for assistance.